I remember you famously made an offer to Caitlin Clark, but what about Angel Reese? Would you think she could ball out? You know, she's pretty solid, you know?
Yeah, she's a great player. The thing with Caitlin Clark, it was just to unlock millions of dollars for the league because of her stardom, what our sponsors was telling us.
Right.
They didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese, so I don't know if we can make that. Same offer.
I see.
Ice Cube, because Ice Cube has come out and given everybody some brutal truth. Sorry, Angel Reese, the $5 million offer was only for Caitlin Clark.
Ice Cube just said the quiet part out loud, and it lit a fire under the entire WNBA conversation. Angel Reese isn't getting that $5 million offer, and according to Ice Cube, it's not even a discussion. The reason? She's simply not Caitlin Clark, and that right there is the moment everything started spiraling.
No, but it was business. That's all it is, business. Y'all gonna make it personal though.
Ice Cube has come out and given everybody some brutal truth, and there is a portion of this that just tells you everything that we've been telling you. This is just confirmation. And what's hilarious is this is confirmation from the people that want to pay the money. Sponsors. Oh man, Angel Reese fans are gonna be pissed.
Imagine thinking you're the face of a new era, the brand queen, the marketing magnet, only to hear publicly that the league doesn't see you the same way. That sponsors aren't excited, that the biggest offer ever made to a female player was never even meant for you. That's not just rejection, that's humiliation.
Our offer was only for Caitlin Clark. Fuck. It's about to get ugly. With the Big Three's $5 million offer to Caitlin Clark never coming to fruition, could a lucrative Angel Reese proposal be up next for the Hoops League? Tell me you don't know ball. I mean, honestly, don't count on it.
But here's the twist. This isn't just about a deal. It's about a full-on power shift. Angel Reese was once positioned as the WNBA's golden girl, the Bayou Barbie, the influencer with real hoop skills and crossover appeal. Big brands chased her. Reebok backed her. She had swagger, slogans, and headlines. But then Caitlin Clark stepped in, and everything changed.
Caitlin Clark took over Chicago. She signed autographs for hours. This wasn't no extras that was paid to come stand in the scene. No, these were real people trying to get autographs.
Because Clark didn't just show up, she took over. Quietly, ruthlessly. She didn't need loud campaigns or catchy taglines. She just played, and fans followed. Cities lit up, ratings exploded. So now here's the real question. How did Angel Reese go from being the hottest brand in women's hoops to being ghosted by the very sponsors who once fought to sign her?
With the Big Three's $5 million offer to Caitlin Clark never coming to fruition, could a lucrative Angel Reese proposal be up next for the Hoops League? Tell me you don't know ball. I mean, honestly, don't count on it.
Well, here's where it gets messy. Once upon a time, Angel had the edge. She brought fire and flair during LSU's title run. She dominated headlines. Brands loved the boldness. Fans loved the attitude. She launched her Reebok Come to Your Trap, Take Over Your Trap campaign with big energy. But here's the problem. While Angel was building a brand, Caitlin was building results. And now that the numbers are in, it's not even close. Caitlin Clark's jersey sales are chart toppers. Her games, packed, ratings, sky high. And here's the scary part. She's doing this while keeping her head down and barely saying a word. Meanwhile, Angel has been all over interviews, constantly framing herself as Caitlin's rival. But what if that comparison is actually dragging her down? Because behind the scenes, the backlash is growing. Campaigns tied to Angel Reese are being paused. Some are gone completely. Agencies are reviewing her engagement numbers, and they're not matching the hype. Sponsors who once saw her as the WNBA's marketing future are suddenly going silent. So what happened? According to insiders, the turning point was Chicago. Caitlin Clark rolled into Chicago, Angel City, and took over. But here's the catch. Clark didn't even play. She was injured, on the bench. And still, thousands of fans flooded the streets. They screamed her name. They wrapped around buildings for autographs. They called her Queen of the Rack. Meanwhile, Angel, nowhere to be seen. And that right there was the moment the narrative flipped. Clark didn't just show up in Angel City, she owned it. And when the camera zoomed out, the whole world saw it. The brand saw it. The league saw it. Fans online started calling it what it was, a takeover. Now let's stack this up. Ice Cube says Clark was offered $5 million for just 10 games. Why? Because she's a guaranteed return, a data-backed investment, a walking revenue machine. The sponsors agreed. That's why he used phrases like unlocking millions for the league. Angel? According to Cube, she wasn't even part of the conversation. That's not shade, that's reality. And it sent shockwaves through every boardroom. Think about it. If a guy like Ice Cube, someone who deeply respects the game, understands culture, and has built a league with legends like Dr. J and Gary Payton, doesn't believe Angel is worth that kind of money, why would other execs? But here's where things get even darker. Angel's entire brand was built on being the bold, outspoken cultural leader. But now that the spotlight's moving toward Clark, Angel's reaction hasn't been helping. Fans are noticing. Analysts are pointing it out. The constant comparisons, the subtle digs, the cryptic posts. And the speculation? It's growing. After the Chicago takeover, Angel started missing games. Back injury, they said. But the timing raised eyebrows. Some fans think her team wanted to keep her out of direct comparison. Others think she didn't want to face the heat. Either way, her absence spoke louder than words. Meanwhile, Clark just kept stacking wins. She's already tied for the third most triple-doubles in WNBA history, and she's barely played 50 games. Angel, solid stats, but not game-changing, not history-making. So the question is, did the industry crown Angel too early? Was she pushed as a superstar before she'd actually proven she could hold the spotlight? Because now that the pressure's real, the numbers aren't supporting the narrative. And that brings us back to Ice Cube's mic drop moment. He didn't bash Angel. He didn't disrespect her. He just gave a businessman's answer. I'm not in the business of losing money. And that line closed the door. It wasn't personal. But the impact, personal, public, and powerful. Now, here's where we separate signal from noise. Signal, Caitlin Clark is a certified needle mover. Jersey sales, TV ratings, sold out arenas, all provable. Noise. Angel's team can still spin the brand. They can still land her interviews, social campaigns, and headlines. But without game-changing impact, those dollars won't last. And brands, they're watching closely. Because in today's world, buzz burns out fast. What they want is consistency, presence, proof. Angel Reese gave them noise. Caitlin Clark gave them numbers. So what happens now? That's the biggest open loop of all. Does Angel reset and find her own lane beyond being the anti-Caitlin? Does she focus on basketball, deliver on-court results, and let her skill set lead the narrative? Or does she keep trying to win a war where the other side isn't even playing? Because Caitlin Clark isn't clapping back. She's not posting subtweets. She's not doing interviews with coded shade. She's just hooping, signing autographs, filling stadiums, silently rewriting the entire WNBA marketing playbook. That silence? It's louder than anything Angel has said all year. And that brings us to the final moment, The one Ice Cube already saw coming. The one the brands are now acting on. Angel Reese is at a crossroads. Her identity, once loud and bold, now feels tethered to someone else's spotlight. She can still flip the script. She can reclaim her own narrative, but only if she stops chasing Caitlyn's shadow, because the league doesn't need clones. It needs stars, originals, leaders. And Angel Reese? She has everything she needs, except the clarity to get out of her own way. So here's the big question. Will Angel finally step forward on her own terms? Or will she keep fading while Caitlin Clark takes over cities she doesn't even play in? Let us know in the comments. Because one thing's for sure, the scoreboard isn't on Twitter. It's in the stands, the stats, and the sponsor checks. If you agree that Caitlin is the needle, comment needle mover below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. Because this story, it's not over, not even close.